Welcome to your virtual graduation ceremony. We are now live on YouTube and your ceremony will now begin.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Mark Emberton. I'm Professor of Interventional Oncology, and I'm Dean of the Faculty of Medical Sciences. It's my honor and privilege to welcome you to UCL's 2021 virtual graduation ceremony. I'm delighted to see so many graduates from the Division of Medicine here with us today, and I know that we have many friends and family from all over the world watching this program. We hope that you are all as proud as we are of this exceptional group of individuals and what it is that they have achieved today. It really truly is a momentous day. Obviously, we wish it would be different. We were just talking about the Royal Festival Hall and the live event, which is always a key part of the calendar. And it might have been different, but until we can do this safely together, I'm delighted that we're able to do it in this virtual way. We will do our very best to make this an eventful experience for you. We'll try and replicate the experience so you get the emotional energy that we normally see in these graduations. You'll be hearing from our Provost, you'll hear from myself with a short reflection, we'll hear from Professor Robert Cleater, Director of the Division of Medicine, and we'll hear from an alumnus about what life is like after you finish your degree at UCL. But first, a little housekeeping. I'm sure that you're all quite familiar with these types of meetings. Do feel free to share messages to your colleagues as they graduate on the chat function at the bottom of your screen. It's very lovely to see these messages as we go live through the ceremony. But do stay muted until we call on you to unmute. Now, we'll be announcing the graduates in groups. Once your name has been announced, we encourage you to turn on your camera and keep your camera on until the end of that group. And then once all those graduates are on screen, Professor Cleater will encourage everybody to share their congratulations with her in the form of claps, and occasionally we get hoots and hollers to celebrate the moment. I now want to introduce you to the virtual platform. So you'll see that we have many of the people that have taught you, many of your tutors, your lecturers here on screen. And what I'll do is try and introduce you in no particular order to those individuals that have got their camera live. Let's start with Joanna, Dr. Joanna Donovan. You can tell us a little bit about what you do in your position.
Sure, hello. I'm Dr. Joanna Donovan and I'm a lecturer primarily on the applied medical sciences degree. I've taught many of the people I've seen on the screen today, and I just want to say congratulations to everyone who's graduating. It's a really fantastic achievement.
That's great. And Professor Jenny Roan.
Hi, I'm the Deputy Course Director for the Applied Medical Sciences, and I've also taught many of you as well. I just want to offer you my warmest congratulations on what is really an amazing achievement, and the best of luck in your future career.
Professor Nathan Davies.
Thank you. I'm Nathan Davis. I'm Professor of Biochemistry and Head of Education for the Division of Medicine. I'd also like to warmly congratulate everybody for their fantastic achievement in really what's been the most trying of years, and that makes it, I think, even more special what you've managed to accomplish.
Thank you. And Professor David Selwood, who is muted, I think.
I'm David Selwood. I'm still not used to Zoom after a year of trying, and I lecture on the drug design MSc. I've taught many of you. Congratulations, students. You've done fantastically well to get through to the end of this difficult year.
And Professor Robert Cleater.
Thank you. I'm Robert Cleater. I'm a pediatrician by heart and training, and I have the pleasure of being the chairperson of UCL's Division of Medicine. Thank you.
And Dr. Andrew Williams.
So I'm an associate professor and deputy director on our applied medical sciences course. So well done, everyone. Good effort.
And Dr. Anastasia Kalea.
Hi, I'm Anastasia Kalea. I'm an associate professor teaching our nutrition students. Congratulations to all of you.
And Dr. Nefali Marina Gonzalez, who's muted.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Marina Gonzalez. I'm the Year 1 lead, now Vice Dean of Equality, Diversity, and Inclusion. It is my great privilege to be with you here today and wish you all the best luck in your careers. Well done.
Great. I think we've got everybody from the platform party. And I want to just thank the platform party for coming along today. I know this is a really special occasion to see the students that you've taught graduate. I can now formally declare the ceremony open, and first we'll hear from the Provost.
Hi everyone, I'm Michael Spence, President and Provost of UCL. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all today to your virtual graduation ceremony, and I'd like to offer my wholehearted congratulations to you as you graduate from UCL and move forward to the next stage of your lives. Of course, I speak to many of you dispersed across the world today. We can agree that this situation isn't and hasn't been ideal, and we'd prefer to celebrate in person, but that doesn't diminish your remarkable achievements in any way. The whole UCL community is behind you, and we're in awe of the resilience that you've shown in the face of the challenges posed by the pandemic. Each of you has shown what you can achieve even under the most trying circumstances. This year marks the 195th anniversary of UCL's founding. We continue to base our principles and beliefs on those of Jeremy Bentham, a commitment to social justice and the availability of education to all. At UCL, we've always believed in changing the world for the better, and as graduates, you'll carry that goal forward. You're a part of UCL's history, but just as importantly of its future too. This is not the end of your UCL journey. You're joining an impressive global alumni community of over 300,000 graduates who support and celebrate each other and who go on to achieve remarkable things around the world. UCL and the alumni community is here for you, not only as you take the next step in your career journey, but for life. So thank you and congratulations. I look forward to a time when we'll be able to come together in person to further celebrate your amazing achievements.
I am now delighted to introduce Professor Robert Cleater, Director of the Division of Medicine, to present the graduands. Robert.
Dean, thank you very much. I'm now delighted to present our graduates. I have pleasure in presenting to you these candidates who have been awarded a Bachelor of Science, postgraduate certificate, Master in Science, Master of Science, and Master of Research. The following candidate has been awarded a Bachelor of Science in Applied Medical Sciences. Raki Akhtar, Sarmin Sultana Ahmed, Ariane Elizabeth Baines, Si Tung Chao, Barbara de Matos Taquino Martins, Rachel Sophie Anston, Nina Madeleine Lovengren Guliani, Junling Guo, Shiyu Guo, Margaret Hook, Sumaya Hussain, Hanim Karakoc, Polixeni Katsuli, Yeji Kim, Ekaterina Kuchinskaya, Karolina Maria Kwiatkowska, Ziying Christy Lee, Travis Lum Cheng-in, Nor Elisa Maud Faisal, Temitope Unasanya. I would like to pause here and ask my colleagues to unmute and give a round of applause to our esteemed graduates, please.
Yay!
Yes!
Well done.
Excellent!
Well done,
Yes!
everyone.
Yay! Yes!
We continue on with the following candidates who have been awarded a Bachelor of Science in Applied Medical Sciences. Leonard Charles Jean-Louis Paturel, Priyanka Pullan, Naomi Jewel Rambarak, Maria Ribaka, Isabella C. Sheldon, Simlindile Kanyisa Similerne, Danayai Venkataramaran, Yujun Chu, Satoshi Yoshida, Yunkai Zhang, Han Zhang. For the Bachelor of Science in Nutrition and Medical Sciences, Victoria Berlen, Bonyawe Bontong Rumtawe, Anisa Chaudhry, Bilal Khan, Mi-An-Lee Win, Ju Chi, Sarah Louise Smeestad, Lucy Rebecca Taylor, Hao Rong Wu, Chun Hang Yuing. I would like to pause again and ask again my colleagues to unmute and give a round of applause to our esteemed graduates.
Oh!
Congratulations.
Excellent! Yay!
Hey, well done, students.
Yay. We now move to our postgraduate certificates, candidates. The following candidate has been awarded a postgraduate certificate in clinical drug development. Dave Kadari, postgraduate certificate in health professions education. Stephanie Laura Wilson, Master in Science in Applied Medical Sciences. Maria Ines Castaño Martins, Lakshmi Yeturu, Wanting Zheng, Master of Science in Advanced Biomedical Imaging. Miles Christopher Thomas Evans, Mikhail Greenberg, Vanessa Bahovshi Santos, Johan Song,
during the Coming Committee.
Shu Wu, Tian Yu Tong, Nang Tong, Chu Cho, Master of Science in Clinical and Public Health Nutrition, Penelope Alexandropoulou, Sarah Ibrahim A. Al-Hadrami, Alanud Mohammad A. Al-Janahi, Katie Louise Avis, Carolina Clavillo Bravo, Poppy Lovena Cooper, Susanna Malgorzata Jronska. I would like again to pause and ask my colleagues to unmute and give a round of applause to our esteemed graduates, please.
Yay! Well done. Excellent. Yes.
Thank you. We continue on with the following candidates who have been awarded a Master of Science in Clinical and Public Health Nutrition. Andrea Ferraldo, Tyler James Harrod, Dosa Karzai, Chong Li, Teo Liu, Föbelo, King Yang Lu, Shraddha Mishra, Hannah Sahal Anor, Antonia Judith Osborne, Sophia Sachuli, Ortske Yuse San, Disu, Jensun, Emma Hope Sutton, Jimena Torres Torija Campos, Han Wang, Shilin Wang, Tianmin Yu, Lu Yang Yuan, Chutong Chong, Jachi Zhao. I would like to pause again and ask again my colleagues to unmute and give a round of applause to our esteemed graduates, please.
Yay! Yes. Yay!
We continue now on with the following candidates who have been awarded a Master of Science in Clinical and Professional Education. Anna Maria Kamin, Master of Science in Clinical Drug Development, Shao Fan She, Chen Huang, Shani Makenya Maboko, Daisuke Miyu, Nina Singh Eryang. Master of Science in Drug Design, Sali Omar M. Alaimini, Prina Chandresh Bayarira, Sin Chen, Suyun Cho, Maria Demu, Jacqueline Fibir, Ronan Gao, Nicola Josephine Hatfield, Lizzie Wang, Miles Stephen Sant Kathir, Xiao Tong Chu, Tang Qing Yuan, Yuzi Zheng, Hao Nan Tong. I would like to pause here again and ask again my colleagues to unmute and give a round of applause to our esteemed graduates.
Yay! Yay! Well done.
We continue on with the following candidates who have been awarded of Master of Science in Eating Disorders in Clinic Nutrition. Margarita Abigosh-Bedran, Yuxuan Zhang, Excel Chok, Adriana Derkach, Ruth Sonia Gross, Shok Haidar, Maria Albert Reidi, Aida Macarena Salinas Valle, Stilini Sirpa, Yang Zhang, Master of Science in Health Professions Education, Nibras Abdurrahman Al-Ghanayam, Asila Abdullah Al-Nasavi, Maria de la Paz Fernandez Sosa, Pei Sing Shi, Jonathan Mark Mayhew, Master of Science in Human Tissue Repair, Immunotherapy, Lama Hussein M. Al-Qatani, Gabriela Donna Gagaya, Gemma Angela Enza Satori. Master of Science in Medical Education, Rupchani Banerjee, Claire Jean Grout, Shan Haider, Mahas Kayani, J. Keshav Mehta. I would like again to pause here and ask my colleagues to unmute and give a round of applause to our esteemed graduates.
Well done.
We continue on with the following candidates who have been awarded a Master of Science in Precision Medicine. Alyagina Akiya Arham, Chun Chin Chu, Wenyuan Gao, Anna Jordanova, Tanat Poranpat Kitaluk, Ayuhutami Siare, Master of Research in Clinical Drug Development, Fariha Mahfoud, Robert James Massey. Master of Research in Drug Design, Sarah Aljara Seto, Xiaohan Liu, Edgar Olinovich. Master of Research in Human Tissue Repair, Immunotherapy, Ross Horlock, Clara Libereiro Babi, Anuja Raghav Upadhyay, Eleanor Saffron Wing, Master of Research in Human Tissue Repair, Transplantation Science, Naga Vandana Shruti Gundreddy, Ioma Ibeawuchi, Reinhard Passi, Michelle Ga-Wen Tang. I would like again to pause here and ask my colleagues to unmute and give a round of applause to our esteemed colleagues.
Hey!
Well done. Thank you. We now turn to the successful candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Medicine and Doctor of Philosophy. Doctoral candidates undertake a program of independent research over at least 3 years. They must demonstrate a capacity to pursue original-based thought and action and provide a distinct contribution to their subject. The research degree requires total commitment and is at the very pinnacle of academic study. I have pleasure in presenting to you the following candidate who has been awarded the degree of Doctor of Medicine Research in Cardiovascular Diseases and SLE, Dr. Jyoti Bakshi. Doctor of Medicine Research in Chemical Pathology and Metabolic Medicine, Dr. von Ewam Emukowate. Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Science, Dr. Rika Louis. Doctor of Philosophy in Cancer Magnetic Resonance Imaging, Dr. Ulusola Michael Adelike. Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental and Experimental Research, Dr. Evangelia Teano Sempoka. Doctor of Philosophy in Immunology, Dr. Diana Elena Mattei, Dr. Christopher James Michael Piper. Doctor of Philosophy in Inflammatory Bowel Disease, Dr. Shrupa Ray. Doctor of Philosophy in Magnetic Resonance Imaging, Dr. Naomi Sayura Sakai. Doctor of Philosophy in Medicine, Dr. Fatima Abdullah Al-Khelaifi. Dr. Alice Vivian Davis, Dr. Anna Martinez Diacona Nahar. Doctor of Philosophy in Nephrology, Immunology, Physiology, Dr. Rhys David Rallis Evans. Doctor of Philosophy in Neuroscience, Dr. Alice Morgan Fuller. Doctor of Philosophy in Renal Medicine, Dr. King Yang Kong. Doctor of Philosophy in Vascular Biology, Dr. Asma Mohamed H.M. Rees. This concludes all of our candidates. I would ask again that the virtual platform party all unmute themselves and give a round of applause to all of our graduates.
Hey,
Well done, everyone.
Well done.
Thank you very much, all. Well done, well done. On behalf of my division, I would like now to give a short personal message, a personal note. When I reflect on what I heard and what I've seen today, I must say I'm impressed. And the element shining through is the element of diversity. Your challenges have been diverse. You did not expect that, nor did we. The projects you have delivered to the highest level possible, it cannot be more diverse. And then you yourselves, your teachers, your parents, your families, you add the diversity, which I think makes UCL great. And I'm personally really, really grateful what you have achieved the past year and years. So from my side, a personal thank you. You make UCL great. And thank you to all. Appreciate it. I would like now to invite our Dean, Professor Mark Emberton, to give his faculty address.
So, Robert, thank you very much indeed. You did that admirably. So thank you for introducing us to these really, truly exceptional people. I don't think anybody can pretend that this virtual ceremony gets anywhere close to a live event where you meet your family and friends by the river, usually on a sunny day. You then go into the Royal Festival Hall and walk across the platform when your name is called in front of 2,000 to 3,000 people, and some of your family are often sitting right at the top, shouting things and congratulations at their offspring. You then walk across the hall, shake the hand of usually the provost, and walk out, usually to some ceremony, either with friends and family thereafter. It's a truly special moment, not only for you, but also for your friends and family and supporters. Unfortunately, we are where we are, but this in no way diminishes this extraordinary moment for you. In fact, we should be offering double degrees. You've had to work and study in situations that none of us could have imagined hitherto, and you have done so with aplomb. I mean, when I speak to your teachers, almost on a daily, weekly basis, we're constantly amazed at the resource and the sheer kind of invention that each of you have managed to produce in order to generate your degrees. I know it's been difficult. I know it's been frustrating. I know that many of you have made enormous sacrifices to do what you've done. But today is proof that you have that amazing resilience that I think you will carry with you into the future and possibly look back upon and see that as part of your learning experience. You see, the beauty about all of you today is time, money, effort, and emotion in knowledge. And you've prioritized knowledge over other activities that you could be doing. And actually, when we look at the world today, and it is depressing, the news every morning comes up with problem after problem after problem. But the thing about these problems is that their solution lies in knowledge. And we've seen that through the creation of the vaccine for COVID-19. It is expertise, it's science, it's know-how that will get us to the solutions. And this goes to planetary warming, this goes to childhood obesity, this goes to many, many of the problems that we have today. So when I hear Professor Kleeter list your name and see you come on screen, I am filled with hope for the future, because it is you that will come up with solutions. And I hope that your time with us has allowed you to learn in a way that allows you to change things in the future. You know, we're a multi-faculty university. That's one of our great strengths. Most of the world's problems will be solved by people from different disciplines working together, and possibly by each of us working at the boundaries of our knowledge. So in other words, being confident enough to work in space that we're not entirely sure about, but able to trust colleagues from a different discipline to fill in the gaps, as it were. And that multidisciplinary working is something that I hope that we've managed to demonstrate to you, because a lot of our science is multidisciplinary, and hopefully instill in you going forward. So hopefully working in that way, you will be emailing me in the future, telling us of me and others of your great successes and how you've contributed to many of these challenges that you, most of you, many of you, some of you will make a huge and enormous contribution to. And for that, we're really grateful. The Provost mentioned the alumni network. That's something that we've not done fantastically well at UCL compared to some other universities. I first saw it in real action when I went with the previous Provost to Singapore, Malaysia. And it was quite interesting how important the alumni groups were as a cohesive social group that allowed individuals who'd come to London and trained in different areas to meet and sometimes work together, fundraise together, educate together in that environment. And this is an area that we really want to work hard on and grow. We want to invite you back, once you've got some experience of the outside world, to speak to our students, to inspire them, to advise them, to mentor them. We would like you, once you're running your companies, to offer our students work experience and maybe even paid jobs in the future. And so we will be in touch. And what we're after is a really good creative relationship with you, so that you can come back and see the students of the future and add value to this sense of learning and the importance of knowledge that all of us on this screen, all of us in this virtual ceremony care deeply about. So I wish you the best of luck. I wish it were different, but you have proven that you are capable of going forward and capable of great things in the future. And I have extreme confidence in the future, having seen all of you, albeit briefly. So thank you to all of you, and a huge congratulations. So we're coming up to the key moment now. where you turn from graduands to graduates. And I, as Dean of the faculty, have great pleasure in formally conferring your degree. You should now feel quite different. You're a completely different person now that you've got your degree. So we'll be celebrating to all of you at the end, but I hope you you notice the difference and the change that you experienced in that brief moment. It's my real privilege to be able to confer that degree to you, which is you are all thoroughly deserving. In a moment, we're going to hear from one of our alumni members, and this in the future could be one of you. Today, we're going to hear from Professor Ramani Munasinghe, OBE. Professor Munasinghe completed her MBBS in 1997 and then did an MD Res in clinical research in 2014 at UCL. She's a clinician and academic. She got her OBE in the 2021 New Year's Honours for services to anaesthesia, perioperative and clinical care. I don't know how she does it, but alongside her local NHS and university commitments, Ramani is an NHS England National Clinical Director for Clinical and Perioperative Care. She's Director of the Health Services Research Centre at the Royal College of Anaesthetists. And in her NHS England role, she was the clinical lead for the National Critical Care Response to the COVID-19 pandemic. This is what our graduates do. This is what you will do in the future. You will make a huge difference to your field of endeavour, whatever you choose that to be. So we're now going to hear from Ramani, who's going to share a few words with us.
Hello everybody, my name is Ramani Munasinghe, and it's my enormous privilege and pleasure to be able to offer my congratulations to you today on the day of your graduation from the Faculty of Medical Sciences at UCL. I too have a long history with UCL. I was there as an undergraduate in the 1990s studying medicine with an intercalated physiology degree. I then returned about 10 years after I graduated to do an MD Res in the Division of Surgery and Interventional Sciences. And then finally, about 10 years after that, I became a Professor of Perioperative Medicine in the same division, and I'm now Head of Department there as well. I work clinically at UCLH in Anaesthetics and Perioperative Medicine, and I'm the National Clinical Director for Critical Care and Perioperative Care at NHS England and NHS Improvement. So I've got a bit of a portfolio career. Hello everybody, my name is Ramani Munasinghe, and it's my enormous privilege and pleasure to be able to offer my congratulations to you today on the day of your graduation from the Faculty of Medical Sciences at UCL. I too have a long history with UCL. I was there as an undergraduate in the 1990s studying medicine with an intercalated physiology degree. I then returned about 10 years after I graduated to do an MD Res in the Division of Surgery and Interventional Sciences. And then finally, about 10 years after that, I became a Professor of Perioperative Medicine in the same division, and I'm now Head of Department there as well. I work clinically at UCLH in Anaesthetics and Perioperative Medicine, and I'm the National Clinical Director for Critical Care and Perioperative Care at NHS England and NHS Improvement. So I've got a bit of a portfolio career.
Sorry, we seem to be having a technical problem with that, I'm afraid. So we
So
can move on. Sorry
I'll
about
take
that.
over. I'm very sorry that we haven't got the full video there, but we heard it twice, and if we can get it, actually, we can send it to everybody once it's ready. So it's traditional, actually, in the Royal Festival Hall, not only for the platform party to celebrate the moment with clapping and cheering, but also for the graduates to thank their teachers. And that's really not possible today. So maybe this is the moment to do that. And so I'll invite the platform party to open their cameras and open their unmuting button, and indeed for the graduates to do the same. And everybody can thank and congratulate each other. Woo!
Congratulations, guys. Well done, everyone.
Very well done.
Carla.
Well done, everybody.
Well done. Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, graduates, friends and family, that concludes our virtual graduation ceremony today. I, on behalf of my colleagues on the platform, offer you my wholehearted congratulations and my very, very best wishes for the future. Thank you very much.